Hello, my fellow DayMasters and all other seekers of self mastery. Welcome to another episode of the DayMaster podcast, a podcast where we delve into issues of mastery, self mastery, professional mastery, personal mastery, all forms of mastery, and what it means to be a DayMaster and to live in the mastery zone. The mastery zone is the place where we make a determination to perform with a spirit of excellence, or what I call SOE. I'm glad that you joined in this episode and want you to take a moment, get yourself some libation, something to drink, some water, or something a little stronger, cranberry juice, orange juice, whatever you like. Just get yourself something. I have some something here for me. And I want to just start by toasting your determination and your willingness to engage in self-mastery. So here's to our journey together today. Here's to self-mastery. Now, we talk about spirit of excellence, or SOE. People ask, "Oh, what is that about? What are you talking about? And why a spirit of excellence?" And throughout the podcast and all of our episodes, you'll hear me talk about that. But I just want to let you know that what we're talking about is embracing a personal characteristic, an atmosphere that everything you do, everything we do it to the best of our ability, the best of our capabilities. And we always seek to get better. Mediocre, it's not good enough. Just getting by is not good enough. We do what we do with SOE. Now, I'm not for everyone, but I try to put myself out into the 100% to pull out that 10%, that 8%, 7%, 5%. You get the point. And you'll hear me talk about that a lot because research shows that 90%, get that, 90% of people do not live a life of fulfillment or happiness. And you'll hear that. I'll be redundant about that because I want to get that into your psyche to understand that no matter where you are, what you're doing, 90% of the people that you're around are not pursuing SOE. 90% of the people you are around are not concerned with the mastery zone. 90% of the people that you're around are not experiencing success in their life or fulfillment. When I say success, I'm not talking about because you got a lot of money or you got the house or you got the car. Why do you think the suicide rate is so prevalent? Even among those who put out the aura of success. Now, in a previous visit to the mastery zone, we talked about authentic honesty, or as I write about in my book, The Trifecta of Fulfillment, being authentically honest. And I want to continue that conversation. But in this episode, I want to give you some specific strategies for mastering authenticity so that you can move out of that 90% of people who are wearing the mask, cloaking themselves in this aura. I don't even know. It's not even an aura. It's a facade. In this facade of, I'm good. You hear it. You ask people, how you doing? I'm good. I'm good. And they're anything but good in the privacy of their own mind. They're not at peace with themselves. They're not at peace with their God. They're miserable, sad, struggling, fighting depression and anxiety. And in the mastery zone, as I talk about what it means to be a DayMaster, I want to deal with these issues so that you can come alongside me and experience what it is to live in what I call the trifecta of fulfillment: peace, success, and happiness. You got to excuse me. I'm fighting. I'm conquering. I'm beating up a cold or an allergy or something. Here's to my victory. I feel that. What about you? I feel that, but I feel that declaration. Listen, as we talk about mastering authenticity, despite what you may have been told, despite what you believe, I want you to understand authenticity. Being authentic, it's neither automatic nor easy. You know how people talk about, I'm just being real. Most people are not just being real. Most people are being boisterously fake. Most people are being loudly phony. Think about it. How many times have you been in a situation where you had to put it on for people, and in the back of your mind, in the privacy of your own mind, you're like, if they only knew my battle, if they only knew my struggle. You know your battle. You know your struggle. Doesn't matter who doesn't know. The hell with people who don't know your battle or your struggle. Fuck up. I mean, oops. Here's to that. To hell with people. You know your struggle. You know your battle. And when you are authentically honest with yourself, you can then begin to overcome your issues: anxiety, depression, anger. Mastering authenticity. I want you to understand. It requires personal. It even requires brutal honesty. That's what I call being authentically honest. You can dig deeper in that in my book, The Trifecta of Fulfillment. A shameless plug. May as well drink to that one. But that's what I call being authentically honest. Because when you master authenticity, when you embrace what it means to be authentically honest, I'm not just talking about, people talk, well, I'm always honest, I'm always real. I'm talking about being authentically honest. Authentically honest means being legitimately real with yourself, with you. Shakespeare said, I think I said it in one other episode, and I'll probably say it in 1,000 more episodes, but Shakespeare wrote, and Polonius said to his son Leartus, and this above all to thine own self be true. And this above all to yourself be true. That's authentic honesty. This above all to yourself be true. Because when you are true to yourself, it must follow, just like the night follows the day follows the night. You can't be false to anybody else. And when you master authenticity, you begin to radiate, you begin to emanate an atmosphere that inspires confidence. And inspires confidence that this person that I am dealing with and talking to is the real deal. It's the real person that it's not someone that's putting out some stuff. Because too many people, far too many people, thinking about that. I'm really thinking about that. Caught myself, because I know somebody's going to get upset right now. But far too many people display arrogance, mistaking that arrogance for confidence, thinking that they're putting out this air of confidence, and they're just arrogant. Arrogant. Because they faked it for so long. They put out the facade, the fakeness for so long. And what happens when you fake it that long, you're not able to make the connections between your dishonesty, personal, inward, intra dishonesty, and your frustrations. You're not able to make the connections between your anxiety and your frustrations and the fact that it's happening because you're living in dissonance. You're living in dysfunction, internal dysfunction. One you that you're putting out to the world and another you that you're confronting at home. All right. I want you to confront your inability to be authentically honest with yourself and make a conscious decision. So you say, okay, so how do I do it? So I'm going to give you real quick 7 quick strategies for mastering authenticity so that you no longer fake. Fake what? Fake your faith, fake your happiness, fake your abilities, fake your affections, etc. Just faking. 1, accept conflicting information. In other words, overcome your personal defensiveness. Because when you are defensive, it makes you, like Paul in the Bible, Apostle Paul said, it makes you heap unto yourself teachers, because you got itching ears, so it makes you heap unto yourself teachers, people who teach the things you want to hear, because you're so defensive. So I want you to accept conflicting information, people telling you things that's different than what you feel or what you believe, so that you can begin to evaluate, so that you can move away from what's called confirmation bias. You just have to have somebody confirming what you say, confirming what you think. Number 2, honestly identify your weaknesses and your strengths. Honestly identify your weaknesses and your strengths. When you do this helps you see the ways in which you are your own worst enemy. When you recognize the areas, maybe you have a self-esteem issue. Maybe you procrastinate. You don't want people to see this. Maybe you're lazy. Honestly identify these things. That way you can see how you're your worst enemy, how you keep projecting one thing, but it's your weaknesses that become your internal negative strengths. Recognize that. Number 3, take a hard look at your beliefs. Take a hard look at your values. How did you come to your beliefs? How did you come to your values? Are they really your values? Are they really your beliefs? Do you really believe the things that you're saying you believe? Be honest about that. Maybe your beliefs have changed from the time you were a child. Number 4, confront your feelings about challenging your existential beliefs. That goes hand in hand with 3. The beliefs that you grew up with, that were embedded into you, that you don't hold as sacred anymore, but you're too afraid to challenge them. You're too afraid to admit that. Confront those emotions. Number 5, be willing to make the personal changes. Mark Twain said, loyalty to petrified opinion never yet broke a chain or changed a human soul. Don't hold on to an opinion because you had it from childhood. Don't hold on to an opinion because they told you you're going to go to hell if you don't believe it. This is how you become authentically honest, and you begin to master authenticity by being willing. Listen, God is not sitting up somewhere with some Sith, some axe, waiting to chop you down and smite you asunder because you ask him questions or challenge him. And then 6, do the difficult work of seeing yourself as you really are, and then visualizing the person you aspire to become. This is who I am. I'm an ogre. I'm mean. I want to be sweet. I want to be nice. I'm fake. I want to be real. I'm ignorant. I want to be wise. Do the difficult work. That's hard, to see yourself like you are. Whew. And then number 7, probably the most important. Read my book, The Trifecta of Fulfillment. Read my book, one of my books, The Trifecta of Fulfillment. Trifecta of Fulfillment, me and my shameless plugs. But I mean it. I hope you got something. I hope you got something. Just some deposits to help you move forward and become a DayMaster, so that as you visit the mastery zone, that you begin to live in the mastery zone. I felt like the Matrix. They live in the mastery zone. In episode 4, I'm going to discuss mastering the DayMaster mindset and conquering the demonic trinity: fear, guilt, and doubt. I appreciate your time. I really do. What I want you to do, go master the day. Remember to be awesome. We are forever reaching beyond.